the dang deal, man. October 25th. This beautiful, beautiful Tuesday. Got a lot of little things to talk about. A lot of cool little things. Not too much, I guess. Not a lot of different things happening. Got some new people that's in join the squad for us, man. One in particular, I'm very, very excited about, and think it is a great addition. So we'll get to talking about these things, and I'm gonna let you know what I know. You feel me? What I do want to do first thing is I would like to try to see how well my calls is gonna act. So we're gonna get a call in right now. First call, man, from a special somebody, and just do a little test run, make sure this is all flowing out. I believe they may have a question too, hopefully. So quickly, while we waiting on that call to come through. Oh, just like that. Let's see. Yo, yo.
That's a Coleman Cowboy.
Hey, hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Loud and clear. That's good. That's good. Yo, man, I appreciate you for letting me test this out. You got a question for me?
Well, the only question I got is about the new edition that they're talking about this draft.
Talking about the new free agent or the trade. It's not a free agent. It was a trade. One of the trades we got.
Yeah.
So that particular person actually is the one I'm satisfied about as a DT. We also got a corner that we signed to the practice squad just to add depth because our cornerback Jordan Lewis got hurt. So we did sign somebody to the practice squad, just like I said, to add depth. More than likely we should get Jerron Bland and move up, which would be good. But the guy that everybody's talking about right now is the DT, Jonathan I think Hankins, Jonathan Hankins. And there's some pretty he's a pretty good depth. So the thing that I like about him is he's a true one tech. All right, so I'm not quite sure everything going on with Nave Gallimore, but there's good hype. So I've been studying a little film on him. I will say, guys, this is a good addition, especially what we gave up. I think we gave up. Let me see, because we gave up like a comp pick for 2023, and then we gave up like a seven. So it was like a 7 and a 6 rounder. One of them was from like 2023, one was 2024.
Yeah, I was looking at.
So we didn't give up. I don't feel like nothing too major right now. We'll know better on when the draft time comes if we just needed those picks. But it's not like we gave up a first round, a second round, a third round, fourth round pick for the guy. So I think it fits. Yeah. To be exact, so the Las Vegas Raiders are trading defensive tackle Jonathan Hankins to the Dallas Cowboys for draft pick compensation, which just means that's what they're getting in return is draft picks, no players. We didn't trade a player or nothing like that. And this report was from Ian. So this is good. This is a good report. Dallas is sending a 2023 6th round pick and a 2024 7th round selection. So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. This guy definitely gives us depth. This is somebody that I kind of looked at and wanted a couple of years ago. I want to say exactly like 2020, 2021. One of those years, I had looked at him as a good trade pickup option for strong depth and somebody that can actually play the one tap, truly play the one tap. And from the film I watched on the DT, man, he can move with that line pretty well. So on the run plays, when the line is shuffling down, he's gonna be that guy to be able to kind of put a stump there, and that'll help a lot with the run stop, man. That's what we need help with our defense. If you can look at some type of weakness, yeah, it's definitely gonna be a run game. So yeah, that's our guy, man. You got another question for me? Or is that it?
No other question.
Man, that's most definitely. Hey, I appreciate you for calling in.
No problem.
Yeah, that was a great question. So yeah, that's one of the hype things right now is we're glad about having him. How long will it take him to get worked in and be in placed in the Dan Quinn system? Only they gonna know that, and that's in due time. But I mean, I'm not really worried about that. That depth right there is beautiful. Carlo Watkins got moved up last game, and I think that has something to do with Gallimore and not. So I think it boiled down what I heard. Shout out to I want to say Voch Lombardi and Sky man. So what I heard was it basically came down to him and Tristan Hill, and it actually went with Tristan Hill. And I was shocked about it too because Tristan Hill has been playing good. He stepped up his game a lot, but man, like Gallimore. But Carlo Watkins, man, Carlos Watkins, he did come in and put up a good force, and he actually added to that defense, and it helped with that run game. So at the end of the day, try trusting Dan Quinn, man, 100% completely. So let's get on to some of these stats real quick. While I'm waiting on another caller, like I said, if you want to call in, there's a number you can call in, and we can talk about it. So when I'm looking at this game, guys, there's a couple of things where I go, because everybody's been asking, why didn't we not score more? We should have had more score on the board, more points on the board. Our offense should have capitalized a lot better. We should have played better. Facts is, offense did play a little crappy. Um, Here's the problems that I saw during the game. Third down problems. Now with third down, I'm not necessarily looking at Dak. Everybody wants to look at Dak. I think Dak did pretty damn good for coming back. Um, there were some significant drops, two to be exact. One from Noah Brown, and I want to say one from CD, which was a beautiful throw in my opinion. Some people say it wasn't. I thought it was beautiful. He threw it over the linebackers and in between two defenders. It touched his hands. He should have caught it. This is the NFL. And I remember being in high school saying if the ball touched you, you're supposed to catch it. That's not even college. So I do feel like, oh, whether it's a tad bit behind you or not, man, he got it to you. Try to make sure you catch that ball and capitalize. So some of these drops and things, pivotal moment drops, not good for our offense at all. And they got to clean that up. And that's more so looking at the receivers. Not only that, I did not feel like our receivers got great separation during week 7, period. Um, I feel like they should have separated a lot better from the Lions, man, and there wasn't great separation at all. And I'm not understanding where the struggle was. So this whole thing that comes into play is us talking about our number one receiver, and if we're actually gonna need some help out there. And I don't know. I'm not gonna overjudge it now. I'm gonna see how we play against the Bears. But the receivers got to do better. Number 2 for me or 3, Kellen Moore. That's a big, big problem to me. Uh, Kellen Moore is irritating the hell out of me. Nicest way to put it. I don't get the inconsistencies. I don't get third down runs sometimes. I don't get third down running Tony Pollard. I don't get it. I don't understand. Hence, I am not an offensive coordinator. I'm definitely a defensive guy. But dang it, I don't think it makes sense. Y'all let me know. I don't think that makes sense. I feel like, if Dak's back, trust that arm. I know it's third down, but some things are just not adding up. Like for sure, the one third down play that we ran and we ran Pollard, I was just like, and we use Zeke for the efficient couple of yards, man, for sure. He gonna average out that yards, man. We use Pollard to break away and give us an explosive play, but you use and you threaten or you risk that more on a first or second down basis. Third down, man, go ahead and get back to the air. We got a quarterback who exited out of that game with, let's see, I believe Dak exited out of that game 76% completion for 207 yards, 8.3 yards per attempt. His YPA was 8.3. 0 interceptions, no turnovers. It's like an EPA stat, which basically shows like the percentage of when he throws it or the expectancy of when Dak has a play and the expectancy of making a positive play. His EPA was higher than Cooper Rush's, all of Cooper Rush's game. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not saying this to crap on Cooper Rush, but I am saying this to say, we can't keep being a wishy-washy fan. We wanted Dallas to come in this game and not have Dak throw the ball 40 times. We didn't do that. We actually had a balanced game. The offense was balanced, and I'm happy about that. The problems I see more lie with play calling and execution. Figuring the line out. I'm not a big fan of constantly swapping out my line, man. Get it figured out. Find out who your starters are, and let's go. But it's like you want to test things through these games. I'm not trying to look like last year where we 15, 16 different rotations in our line. That's crazy, man. And it puts a halt in building chemistry and just knowing how your linemen are going to play with you and around you. Period. Receivers didn't have a good game at all to me. There was bad separation and just didn't start on point. Hence, third quarter, everybody picked it up. But if you've noticed this year, that's always been the case. Third quarters is like it's like a solid quarter for us. And I don't know what that's about, but like McCarthy said to his team, third quarter's our quarter. They play third. Not to say that the Dallas don't be necessarily playing first, second quarter. I don't think that. I just feel like, man, it's inconsistencies in the beginning, and then we get more consistent as the game flows along. We need to get better, faster, sooner. Uh, Talking about the tight end, Dalton Schultz. I did feel like Dalton played better, so I will say that Dalton played a hell of a game. So salute to Dalton because honestly, with Cooper Rush, just seemed to be a lack of chemistry there. I'm not sure, why so much, but there was a lack of chemistry there with Cooper and Dalton. Dalton wasn't producing anything. He wasn't even much catching anything. So there was a huge disconnection. Schultz caught a couple passes. My problem with Schultz was his blocking. It's like we got him to step up a little bit with actually catching the ball and being there for Dak, but they've always had that chemistry. So I kind of felt like that was going to be good regardless. But the blocking was horrible. And not to just crap on Dalton Schultz, the blocking was kind of horrible from everybody on tight end wise. Well, yeah, well, tight end wise, it was horrible. Now, Hutchinson on our line, I will say Hutchinson caused some problems. That boy caused some problems, man. But we gonna speak on Hutchinson's, let's say, I'm not gonna say nemesis, but his like comparison guy during the draft. Sam William and Hutchinson's were the ones being compared, and stat lines for Sam. I feel like we got the better guy. I'm just gonna put it like that. I do feel like we got the better guy. Um, when you look at their stats, they're very similar. But keep in mind, Hutchinson had one more game than Sam Williams had. And if you look at the stats for this game, Sam Williams actually, and this is the crazy part about Sam, bro. And this is what's going to take you for a thought part. This is going to make you sit down and think like, You know what I'm saying? Like, you really got somebody to add with Michael Parsons with Sam Williams. This guy can come out and be a complete train wrecker for offenses, man. Sam Williams, 3 tackles, and I believe those were tackles for loss. 3 tackles, man, 2 sacks, and 1 forced fumble in 12 plays. In 12 plays, he put stats on the board. To have 2 sacks in 12 plays and a forced fumble, that's brilliant, man. I think you're sleeping on him. Yeah, he kind of comes in and he kind of makes you scared because you go, dang, man, is is he gonna cause us some penalties? He's jumped off sides and he's had some personal fouls that go against him. We almost thought he was gonna get one during the game when he slammed old boy down. he cut through the backfield, man, and immediately hit the running back. And some of my guys were saying, man, they want to be able to see basically more Sam Williams in there and more running from our defensive line. They want to see more of us shooting in the gaps, hitting the running backs as the handoff is happening. And I say, I agree with that. But we got to do better with more plugging. It's nice to be we get pressures. So pressures ain't never really been a problem. We need to solidify ourselves on stopping the run, period. I feel like we allow running backs an easy 5 yards. And if that running back is decently efficient, they can turn that 5 into like 8. You know what I mean? And I feel like we were doing a little bit better than last year for sure. But I feel like if we don't tighten it up, it'll be a problem more so going into these games. So, for example, the game coming up with the Chicago Bears, man, is going to be another good look because you're talking about dealing with a team who's going to try to run it as well as because they're the running backs had a decent game. The running backs had a 1-2 punch, kind of like us. You know what I mean? Stat wise, their running back stats look a lot similar to Zeke and Pollard. Then on top of that, you got a quarterback who likes to use his legs. And that boy looked good running, man. I ain't gonna lie. He looked pretty good. You know, he looks smooth when he runs, man, and he can make something happen. With that though, I do say, this ain't the Patriots defense, man. It's Dallas defense. So I have real comfortability knowing or kind of seeing that quarterback kind of getting loose running. I can see that causing a problem. I can see that hurting them, and that's going to be easy 3 and outs if we get to him when he try to use them legs. Because what I do know is he backs up a decent bit. Like he backs up out of that pocket and tries to like throw something out, and then he likes to run. He makes it, and then sometimes he makes decisions to run, but a lot of them unplanned runs, that's how that's happening. He's doing it like that, man. And our defense is fast, man. I feel like our defense is like 2 times faster than the Patriots defense. Yeah, I'm gonna be that guy. And so I'm not necessarily really worried about the elusiveness from that quarterback, but we still gonna have to be able to capitalize on that run. Who knows, man? Maybe DT Jonathan can get a little spot in there. I'll let you know what's going on with roster move because I think there's gonna have to be some roster moves, man. I think there's gonna have to be some roster moves. And I don't know. I'll let you guys know what's going on with Gallimore as soon as I know. Like if they're gonna put him back in. I think we just kind of did that. I want to say we did that just for the scheme of the game. But the scheme I would say not so much different. They're gonna run it with the run is more dangerous than their throwing, in my opinion. They're not a number 3 offense. That's what the Lions did come in with a number 3 offense. My defense held them to 2 field goals, man. And I had these Eagle fans talking about how we got to stop the run. I think I had my mic muted, man. My fault, guys. Yo, so I don't know how much was heard, man. But long story short, I told him, man, you gotta understand when them Eagle fans talking, you just let them know our game plan was different. We didn't want to put up 38 points. We wanted to put up the points we put up. We cool with the points we put up. We didn't want to allow that team to put up 35 points on us like they put up 35 points on y'all. So you Eagle fans, calm down, man. Calm down with it. Your defense is just not better than my defense. That's the point of that. All right. Y'all can hear me, right? Hopefully. Hopefully my volume's good. I had a little cutout. Yeah, everything looks good. All right. By the way, that game was the best accuracy game for the quarterbacks this year. Looking at stats wise, gen stats. So Michael Parsons, real quick. I did want to throw that stat line out there. Michael Parsons was able. They said his according to Gen Stats, Michael Parsons ran 21 miles per hour on that saving tackle at the 1 yard line. I'm not gonna get lost in the 1 yard line, but I will say that that ball should have been placed like probably at the half mark. But I ain't tripping on Cowboys fans. All cool with it. And most of the times the refs are out for us anyway. So it's nice to kind of have y'all chill out. You know what I mean? So appreciate you, refs, man. Shout out to the refs, man. I can't give you a game ball, man, but I'll give you a glass of water. Um, so I thought that was unique to know that, if you look at that play, you see that Michael Parsons just didn't give up. The boy came out of nowhere, dude. It's like a shotgun zoom right there, man. So I thought that was beautiful. So when I think about people like Sam Williams coming in and getting more playing time, and you look at the add-on from the DT we added, Jonathan Hankins, I feel like our defense is gonna become whole. And I don't think we have major problems, but I do think that if you're trying to go somewhere, win a Super Bowl, man, make what's strong stronger. And what's strong for my team is my defense. Make it stronger. I'm comfortable with our secondary, cornerbacks, safeties, interchangeable pieces. We have depth now for the first time in a very long time. Jerron Bland coming through, really being able to. Let's see what we got here, man. I had a call. My bad, guys. But I cannot reach you in time. The number is blocked, so I can't see it. So if you want to call back, you can call back, brother. I'm sorry. I'm looking at comments that's connected through the other social medias. Somebody said Sam Williams was out there looking like Dahmer, trying to kill something. Yeah, Sam Williams hungry, man, and he's actually learning. So another play that I looked at with Sam Williams out of them 12 plays that he did run, I noticed a swim move that he had used, and that was the play that he used to actually get the force fumble, where he literally just took the ball. He used a swim move, and what that told me was because that's not a move that he initially was using. And I realized, this is somebody who's elevating himself. And sounds he's been real quiet, like you're not seeing a lot about him in practice right now. It's hard for me to get stuff from practice anyway. It's not like these practices are just open practices. So what I'm gonna get from this is gonna come from reporters and stuff like that. So through Twitter and some of the main NFL reporters, Dallas Cowboys reporters, whatever they're allowed to, whatever they give us, that's what basically YouTubers and streamers are just reporting back. And so you can't really get a look, but what you can say is it's just been quiet. You don't get too many reports about him in practice. So you get to a point where you're just like, man, I don't feel like he'll bust, but when he maybe he'll get some time soon. And I just think Dan Quinn's done a great job kind of weaning these guys into the system. And so when you think about the DT, how quick, how fast could he be, put into the system? I feel like we could see him in about 2 weeks, man. And I wouldn't be shocked or surprised if it's next week because with him coming in, we'll be able to use him as what he is, which is a true one tech. And our one techs that we have now, these guys were three techs. So the one techs that we have, you're talking about like Tristan that we'll throw in there, Gallimore and all that. Like these guys, they're not one techs, man. They're not. They were true like three techs that we kind of pushed into a one tech position. So it's nice to have a guy that actually is the one tech, can play the one tech, and I would think his assignment will be a lot more easier, simplified for him. But that's all we know, and that's all I can share. What I do know is we'll see him out here this year, and I think he'll make an impact. So keep an eye out for him. Make sure that you're listening for it. If you follow some of these guys on Twitter or whatnot, you'll know, man. And I'm gonna report it as soon as I get it because I feel like we're going through a good patch. Receiver wise, there's been a lot of talk about wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. Now that being plausible or actually taking place or happening, we'll see. From Chad Sports, man, they were saying he wanted to see like Michael Gallup money. And if that's the case, you ain't getting no Michael Gallup money, not from Jerry. But you could come in and sign a 1 year, kind of like that. Which honestly, the 1 year deals, whether we like it or not, sometimes we be like 1 year only, but that benefits that player. So if they feel like that they can make a comeback, put up some stats, do good, get they rep back up, that 1 year does them justice because they're a free agent and now they can feed in the market. They can have fun in the market. So if he wants to come in and take like a 1 year deal and get back into the market, cool. I'm all down for that, man. And I think it'll be an option. I think if he'll do that, I think Jerry actually would get him. And that may sound shocking, you know, to hear me say it, because I know I'm a realistic fan, baby. But the facts are this. Jerry's made a comment about it, and Jerry's comment basically was on the lines of, not quote by word, not full quote, but on the lines of, the boy got water in him still. You know, we could probably make that happen. Boy got some water in him. I don't know. He still got some water left in him. That's kind of how Jerry approached that situation. So with that being said, that means that's not fully off the table. And if there was a moment to where I guess McCarthy was bold enough to just be like, Jerry, man, we need another receiver. That's what I need from my team. I'm the head coach. That's what I need. Dang it. Then maybe it can go down. But you never know with the Joneses, baby. You just never know with them. That's what I do know. You just kind of be shocked. And I ain't gonna lie, Jonathan, this guy kind of fell off my mental radar for football for a little second. I know when I get off of here, I'm gonna be actually watching or breaking down some more film on him. But the cat he could put up a decent present in that middle of that field. I mean, not the middle of the field, the middle of that line for us, man. And I think we need that, man. It'll allow us to, well, hopefully, because our linebackers kind of, I be feeling wishy washy about them too. I feel like sometimes Leighton Vander Esch plays a lot better than Barr, but they both kind of need some polishing, some cleaning up. But on the bright side, big news, baby. Clark. I almost forgot. I don't know how. I even got my little notes up here for him. But Clark, man, Damon Clark, he is, I think, cleared now to be back. I know he went through his 21 days of practice, so he is cleared. I think it's probably, like I said, it may take him a little bit of time to get Wither back into the defense, but maybe not that much. Because he's been here. It's not like somebody that just came from a different team that we are, getting in and trying to put him onto a whole new system. It's not quite like that with him. With him, it's more so getting him comfortable on the field. Yeah, he's clear to play. He's been in practice, so it shouldn't take much. Shouldn't take long. Will we see him this week? Who knows? Maybe towards the end of the game. But again, I think that would just require some moving around. That would be some. We have to do some roster moving because you got to keep that 53 solid. And there's a couple of roster moving going on already. So you're talking about a DT add-on. You got a linebacker that's coming to be added on that you'd like to see. We'll see, guys. It's a lot to kind of look at, man. I'll be looking up to see if I'm seeing any of these guys taking reps with the number ones. That's normally a good show in practice if they're getting their reps with the number ones. Those are good things, man. We can hear that they're in practice all day long, but that could only mean that they're in practice running third team. You know what I mean? So we'll know. We'll know soon. Like within the next 2 weeks, there should be decent news on these particular people that we're speaking on. Not only that, there should be more understanding on the road that we want to throw Sam Williams into. What I can say is we're nasty right now with our DN rotation. We got a pretty damn solid DN rotation. Um, we got some depth with DT, but we want to just know who's that massive stud out there right now. We got good pieces, you know. We need to have somebody to take up more of an impact right now. I feel like with my DTs, and I need my linebackers. And they don't get it twisted. Our DTs are playing good, man. Like our line in general is dangerous, but we need somebody to be more defined in the run game. That's mainly what I'm saying. Pressure wise, all of them get back there and make pressure. and they've shown that. But run stop wise, and then linebacker wise, well, I mean, it's nice to know that we got Clark here because we need to get him out there and pull either Barr or Vandy. Let Barr and Vandy take rotating reps. Damn it, I don't care. Let them rotate if the if you like them and you feel like they can have impacts in certain places, but we know that it's a con in others. Let them make rotations. But get my boy Clark out there because somebody with speed. I feel like a well grounded as a dog, man. He's going out there to make something happen. He's a playmaker, man, and he's a position. He's a position guy. He's gonna be in that position all the time. He's gonna be where he needs to be. Hence, this is NFL, not college. So we'll see, man. But without further ado, I'll get back to you, man. This is the Coleman Cowboy. This has been my time, baby. And I appreciate yours, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, spending this time with me, man. Enjoy this video. Check out the video, hear the video. If you heard some of these names, again, I'll run them down to you real quick. Look them up. Try to find out what you can about them, man. These are good places to look at because, or people to look at because they're going to be impactful within the next few weeks of things transpiring with our defense for sure. So again, defensive tackle Jonathan Hankins, Sam Williams, who's already on our team, but keep an eye out to see more going on with him, as well as Clark, Damon Clark at linebacker. Keep an eye out, see what's going on with him. But I do know he's cleared now, so he can actually begin to be on the field. It's time for us to actually see him. So these are things to keep an eye out on. Dak Prescott, great game. Do not hound your quarterback for not having 350 damn yards. He threw for 25 times, ran the ball 27 times. So we actually ran the ball more than we threw the ball. Keep that in mind. This is what you guys wanted. This is what you guys wanted. All right. And I do too. I don't have a problem with it. There has to be more capitalization going on with our receivers and better separation. There has to be better third down decisions as well. So that's been the take on this. O line gonna have to do better. O line's gonna have to step up blocking. I do not like the pass blocking that I'm seeing from the O line. Uh, and when your receivers are not making great separation like need be, then it makes your quarterback not be able to get the ball out quicker. So O line needs to step it up, and that is that. Receivers stop dropping balls. And if we can work on that in practice, I think we'll be solid. We'll be ready to go. This will be a great game. And it'll be fun, man. Yes, Dak is back, baby. Yes, sir. Dak is back. Dak is back for sure. All right, man. Hey, y'all have a great Tuesday. Eat good, get some rest, man. Get ready for the next day. Bless us all, man. The Coleman Cowboy.